Testing.
What up, man? BMore4Real. Brought to you by way of Real Explosions, man. We appreciate y'all for being with us, man. BMore4Real. We're gonna go ahead and clap it up, man. Y'all know what's up. Come get your weekly dose of reality. BMore4Real. How you feeling, Uncle Wayne?
Oh, I am.
Uncle Wayne in the building. How you feeling? How you feeling?
Hey, I came back for another win.
For another one.
Hey.
Another one. Make sure y'all go ahead, like, share, and subscribe, man. We over 300 subscribers now, man.
Absolutely.
We would like to thank each and every single one of you guys for sure. We're going to go ahead and clap it up for all of our new subscribers.
Our old ones and our in the future ones. So hurry up and join.
Yeah, man.
3 million. You know that, right?
Rated R for reality, man. We're going wherever it takes us to, man. The bottom, the top of one mountain is the bottom of the next. You know, we just gonna keep climbing. You know, we just gonna keep climbing and keep climbing and keep climbing. We appreciate everybody for being here, man. This is realest conversation on the net, man. Realest conversation on the net. Something that we haven't done in a while, though. A moment of silence just for those that can't be with us.
Absolutely.
Let's get a moment of silence real quick.
Us now. Absolutely.
And it's BMore4Real. You know we here.
How have you been this week, though?
This week actually felt like a long week for some strange reason. Normally when we do these, it come like back to back, but this week it seemed like it was long.
A lot going on.
It seemed like it was long. How was your week though, Uncle Wayne?
Well, listen, tomorrow happens to be my birthday.
Tomorrow, Uncle Wayne's birthday.
My birthday. So, of course, you know this week has been very interesting. I'm going to run for mayor, and then it's just been busy. So I'm blessed all the way around, so I have no excuses, and neither should you.
No excuses,
2024.
no complaints. No excuses, no complaints, man. We are really doing this. Really doing this.
Absolutely.
Man, we appreciate all of our viewers and subscribers. If you can't see how we growing and you're not a part of the movement, man, you're probably missing out. Seriously, you're probably missing out. There's a ton of information. There's a plethora of information we done talked about, a wide range of information as well. I mean, we've talked about things from comedy all the way to government and politics and things of that nature and everything in between. So right now we have a catalog in less than a year that some people don't have a conversation about in their lifetime.
Because they're not interesting, sir.
Yeah.
That's why.
I mean, they're interested in their own way. We're gonna make sure we're interested
interesting.
We just gonna make sure we're interesting in our own way.
And all the topics.
Always,
that's what
all the time.
BMore4Real is about. You know, when we started out, it was BMore4Real.
Right. BMore4Real.
The realness.
And the realness.
Continue to.
So, I mean, look, we talk about those conversations that's hard to have, and we understand that these conversations are hard to have, but that does not make it less necessary.
Right.
These conversations are definitely necessary to be had. And I see that we already have some commenters with us already early. BMore4Real, you know, she couldn't be here with us. She said, happy early birthday, Uncle Wayne. We're going to go ahead and clap it up. All right, she said you hitting 25. Oh, he said you're going to be 25?
Only 25.
He said only 25, man. Shout out the Zen Master, man.
But you know, I have to be truthful because I'm actually going to be 61, and I'm proud of it. You know what I mean? How
Absolutely.
many in Baltimore can wake up and say I'm 61? So
Absolutely.
I am proud to be that. You understand? So I ain't gonna lie on my age. 61 and counting.
And we're gonna go ahead and clap it up, man.
Clap it up and
Uncle
clap it
Wayne
up
birthday
and
tomorrow.
clap it
Hey,
up.
hey, hey, if you listening, man, just drop happy birthday, Uncle Wayne, in the chat. Let us know that you listening.
Show
If
me
you
the
on
love.
Instagram, you gotta
Show
go over to
me
YouTube
the
for us to
love.
see your comment live.
Show me
If
the
you're on Facebook,
love.
we can still see your comment. But we recommend everybody go over to our YouTube, man. We're growing. We're growing. And you know, the top of one mountain is the bottom of the next. Let's go. Let's get it. Be more for real moment, man. Just a real be more for real moment. Um, a topic that's going to throw you guys off, maybe just a little bit, but let's just go
Throw
ahead
off
straight
or
into it.
not, right? It's
Um,
got to throw them off because this is a topic that we've got to get into because I'm seriously want to know.
so the first question that was brought to our attention was, and it's a crazy question: is or was desegregation a failure or was it a success?
You know, we talked about that. You know, we get it deep up here because we're in two different age groups. Of course, 61 here, you know, I'm half the age here. Because I really feel this was the biggest mistake ever. Now look at the results now. Just imagine if we would have stayed separated. That doesn't mean we have anything against any other race, but we have got to get to know us. And you can't get to know us over one and two generations. It takes lifetimes to get to know who we are. So once we've got to know who we are, then when we sit at the table, we can be more, let me see, more prospered because we know who we are.
So to sum it up in a nutshell, would you say that desegregation was a failure or success?
Failure,
You said it was
major,
a failure. A
major.
major failure.
Make sure you put that part in there.
Let's go into it,
Major.
man. They dropping happy birthday, Uncle Wayne, in the
Hey, I
chat
love
left and
that.
right, man.
I
We
love
appreciate
it.
that.
Birthday,
Maria,
birthday,
she said happy birthday. BMore4Real said happy birthday. We're gonna go ahead and give you guys a round of applause, man. Like and share the stream as well.
Birthdays
Like and
all
share the
day.
stream as well. We want to congratulate our brother station, Be More Pod, on reaching 1,000 subscribers. Now they up to almost like 2,000.
Listen,
They got the giveaway with $1,000.
that's our family from another mother. You understand what I'm
They
saying?
family, bro. They come in here, they go right in the refrigerator, they sit right at the table.
Right, I love them in our refrigerator.
That's family, man. Make sure y'all go ahead and check out
Y'all
Be More
gotta go
Pod.
shopping this week. This is my birthday, so it's y'all time to fill the refrigerator up. You know what I mean?
That $1,000 on the table, man.
All that $1,000 they giving away.
$1,000 on the table, man. We gonna go ahead and clap it up, man. For real, man.
Thanks for the birthday wishes. I love you guys. You know that. Uncle Wayne love you.
So Bree for real,
Yeah.
we wish she could be here. And if you listening as well, drop Bree for real in the chat. Let us know.
Bree,
Let her know.
baby.
We wish she was here. Bree
Bree,
said
baby.
it was both.
Hey, listen, Bree has been filling in for me. I love her to death. I love you, girl. But you know what I mean? You better be here because in another week I got to go again. Uncle Wayne running for mayor. So I love you, Bree. I'll see you soon.
It's go time. Bree said, she said this. It was both. Black people don't know how to adapt, and white people don't like sharing. So now that's an interesting comment.
She threw us right back in the fray. We got to jump back in there. But
that's a for real moment.
See, that's part of what I'm talking about the separation. Because when we were separated, like the school, let's give you the prime example of the school now. We talked about the curriculum in the school, which is absolutely correct. But schools still don't know how to teach blacks. Right now, our young black men and our young black boys and girls hate school. Most of them do. Now, if they were good readers and writers, they love school because school they go straight to the ones who are great readers and writers. But in that same school, it is so many kids are good with their hands. They're good with art. They're good with acting, singing. There's so many other talents that they have. But with the way white set schools up, they only gravitate to reading and writing and arithmetic. They wasting so much other talent. Watch this. That's because they set schools up. Now, if we would have helped set the schools up, we would have taught other ways of teaching our students. See?
Well, see, this is my thing, and I'm going to go ahead and agree
Different
that
age group.
I'm gonna go ahead and agree that segregation wasn't the best idea. It was a failure in this aspect. Is that even when we were held by the Jim Crow laws, even when we were held by segregation and slavery and other things like that. Black communities were still prosperous. We had cities, of course, the most infamous like Tulsa, Oklahoma, and in the Greenwich district when they had the Black Wall Street. We had a lot of things together. And what happened was with the integration of the system is that we allowed uh, the government and the other races of people to take over when we already had self sustainability. So
We didn't
the only thing
allow
that I
them.
don't
We didn't allow them.
the only thing I hope
Use
that
the
we don't
wrong word.
one
We
thing
didn't allow
allow
them.
might not have been the best word, but one thing I do hope that we don't overlook is that the fact that other races and other cultures of people, they have their own to bring to the
Right.
table. So the fact that uh we can see this as well too with the government, with the separations of power. We're separate but equal, and that's how we have to work a lot of times in life. Just like the body, the brain is altogether separate from the heart and the limbs. Your arms is altogether separate from your legs and your toes. You know what I'm saying? So, but they work in unison. They're separate, but they're equal. You know what I'm saying? Without one or the other, you will either be handicapped or not, or unalived. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same kind of concept when we go and apply it to real life. They have their own, and see, we had our own. We own way more resources back then than we had today through segregation. And so that's not to say that, we should be separated and drink from different water fountains. No, I'm saying that there are communities, there are white communities, there are Native American communities. They have their reserves and they have their own police. They have Jewtown, they have Germantown, and things like that. We don't have a problem with it. The stigma is that when we wake up
When
and
we say
realize
something for
we need a
black,
black
right?
town,
Soon
we
we
need
say
Negro
something for
town,
black, they're like,
whatever.
how dare you say
It's
something for black?
racist. It's
Right. It's
racist. And
racist.
so, just like
Doesn't
we
make
said
sense.
last week, man, this program is made to deprogram you to what you've been programmed to. So
Change
we've
for
been
real.
programmed to think and associate, black deliverance or black liberation or the liberation of black people as being racist or superior ideology, when in fact it's not, because the other nations are doing it. Now, keep in mind, if what we say and what we think that we should do as a people, if that's considered racist, then what do you consider these other races of people who come over here and establish these same type of systems?
Absolutely. See, this is the talk you all have to do more of. See, I'm Uncle Wayne, 61. If you all act like that and pull together, things will change. This is why you all children are bucking. Listen, I'm running for mayor. This is the things I see now. The reason why you all children, they're not my children. My children grown. Unless I'm sliding out here still having children at my age. But it's your child. Your children are the teenagers. They are bucking because school don't love them. Nothing is wrong with them. They're the smartest intelligence all, but school paperwork tells them something is wrong with them because you all don't stand up for them. That same school system doesn't work for them. It's nothing wrong with them. It's something wrong with that curriculum, and it's something wrong with the way they are teaching them. So if you don't do something about it, they are doing something about it. But how they're doing something about it, you see what I'm saying?
Hey, we're gonna go ahead and clap it up for that one
Ah,
time. One time.
now,
We got
right?
some comments. We gotta make sure we keep up with the comments.
Bring them on in.
Shantae Butler, she said, "Happy birthday, Uncle Wayne." Shantae, your niece. We appreciate you. We
Thank
have another
you.
one, Josette Williams. They said, "Happy birthday, friend and neighbor."
Thank
They
you.
coming in. They said,
See what I'm out loving
We got-
y'all for.
"We got." Excuse me. I'm gonna just say Junior. He said, "Happy birthday, Uncle Wayne." We're
Oh,
striving for success.
I'm loving y'all. I'm loving
We're
this
striving
love,
for success,
y'all.
man. They all wishing you a happy birthday,
Thank
man.
you, thank you,
And
thank
then Josette Williams said again, we definitely need our own communities. It's only racist if we black people
See?
do
There
it.
you
And
go.
we're gonna go ahead and clap
There
it up
you
for that.
Oh,
We love how they
man.
bring it back full surface, because we gotta keep it and bring it back full surface. And by the way, if you like this conversation, this is your first time visiting the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. This channel, Be More For Real, we talk about those subjects that's hard to talk about, or people do not talk about a lot. So, and it takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of research, it takes a lot of hours, dedication, and with character, wisdom, studying, knowledge, it just takes a lot out of us to produce this content just for this 1 hour or so that we with you guys. So if you would be as kind to leave us a comment, leave us a like, and also subscribe to the channel, we would definitely appreciate it. We're gonna go ahead and clap it up for Be
Get the
More For
clap.
Real on what we do, man. Let's go ahead and do it.
Absolutely. And we like your comments because when your comments get out, it makes you feel better. Get those comments out. You can talk on how you feel. See, Be More For Real, you can talk about how you really feel. Remember, it's rated R for what?
For reality. And look, check this out.
Absolutely.
We don't want no yes men. There's no
That's
yes
it.
men. If you
Right.
disagree, stand on business. Let us know
Right.
that
There
you
we
disagree.
go.
You know what I'm saying? It's Be
want-
More For Real, man.
More
Realest
for
conversations
real.
on the net. And we're gonna clap it up for that. We're gonna clap it up for that. But as we continue, you know what I'm saying? There there was a glaring difference, like I said, with the desegregation thing that people tend not to realize is that we did have our own communities, and then a lot of times those communities were actually destroyed by white people and stuff and the government. And so if we can't have this conversation,
Jealousy.
if we can't have this conversation,
Facts.
we can't really grow. Like, who is really having these conversations? Who is really telling these people about things? I had conversations where I was talking about things on my page, on my personal page, and there are some white people that they like. Look, white people have been in slavery too and stuff like that. And I'm like, look, you don't want to die on this hill to compare white slavery with black slavery. You know what I'm saying? It's just not the same thing.
But they were white slaves.
There were white slaves, and slaves come from the European Slavics, the Slavic region. I mean,
pay for
the terminology,
Right.
but chattel
They
slavery,
Our type
shadow
of slaves,
slavery.
though, they were different.
That's
Come
a
on
difference.
now. That's the difference.
It's a lot different, and the reason why it's so impactful is because when you really deeply and truly look down into it, black people are responsible for a lot of inventions and the creations of modern day society.
Just never got the credit.
We just never got the credit or the
Absolutely.
reparations for it. And so it's like, if we talk about reparations and us getting credit for what we've done, that also seems racist to a certain extent. What are your thoughts on that?
But see, you know why we can't go to white folks about reparations? Because you and I can't even have a conversation. We can't pull together. If we pull together, we wouldn't have to go to white folks about anything. Get it? Watch more time. Watch this. Let this stick in.
I'm listening. I'm listening.
You and I, as blacks, if we pull together, we wouldn't have to go to whites about anything because they wouldn't matter. They couldn't stop us because we pulled together. That's why our problem is because we're so separated. You know that. We separate on our color of the skin, our texture of the hair, that's where we are. We are our own worst enemies now. Get it?
Absolutely. We can go ahead and just clap that up,
It's
man.
a true fact.
We gonna go ahead and
at
clap
each
that
other's
up.
throat.
And we got the comments. We want to make sure that we keep up with the comments, man.
We need our own
Josetta Williams said no, they were indentured. I believe that's what.
indentured slaves.
My
Same
fault.
difference.
They knew they spelled it wrong. Yep. We know what you mean. Indentured servitude.
Pay for their slavery, but
They
were
paid
still,
for it after a
indentured slaves,
after
right.
amount of time, a certain amount of time, they would be able to be free
Right.
because they worked off
That
the
was
debt that
the
they owed.
difference between the two.
That was a major
Right.
difference. That was the most glaring difference.
That was the difference.
That was the most glaring difference.
But
Another
nobody's teaching us that.
Right.
School don't want to teach those things.
Right.
But you know what? You need to teach your children that too. When your
Right.
children come home from school to doing homework from that school, you need to teach them. We need to teach our children that because if you teach them, they'll teach others and they'll get along. That's all.
Absolutely. We're gonna go ahead and clap it up.
That's it. Instead of dropping your kids off in school and hurry up and run home and watch some other shows, you see, that's not how we do it. We have to teach our children. We do. School don't teach them. School don't know how to teach us. They don't. First of all, we are hands-on. We are. School don't gravitate to that. So we're not getting the best out of us. I've learned that in campaigning. I'm running for mayor, me running for mayor. They keep coming up with that. Oh, let's fire this person that runs the school. Let's fire this person that runs the school. But it's the whole school system. It's not one person who runs the school. It's the entire school system. Get it?
And that's where we want to really focus racism on is the systemic portion of it, is that it was systemically put in place. Especially the fact that Black History Month, all this stuff came from the school system or what they're
It's
teaching us
another joke.
and what they're teaching us about this.
A Black
So,
History
number
Month.
one, people do need to be open minded about the conversation because this is not an easy conversation to have.
But
You know what I'm
it
saying?
must
But
be had.
it must be had, and BMore4Real got you covered. To
That's
be
why
honest
we
with you,
gonna
I mean,
have
we
it.
got
You
you
know
covered.
we gonna have
We
it.
got you covered. And
We gonna
speaking
have it.
and speaking of having you covered, Bree for real, she said a mouthful. She said those communities would have stayed protected if Black men knew how to unite in their own communities. We cannot keep. Excuse me. She said we can't keep blaming whites for counting us out when we haven't even made ourselves a union. We're gonna go ahead and clap that up. It's just. I see. We gonna get into we gonna get into that because y'all see the title of the video. You know, a Black man afraid to lead, and so just keep that in mind. But
We gonna get you there.
the desegregation thing, that's a huge thing that people don't seem to talk about. It's
Because
talked
they don't
about
want to talk about it.
behind the tables, and
Because they got on me. Remember they got on me when I talked about those 5 girls
and
going
being
to
inclusive.
that school.
Yep.
Remember I said when them 5 girls went in there, that hurt my feelings how we had those 5 little Black girls going in that school because we feel as though we got to put them all together. But when you looked at those 5 little girls standing up for us, our grown Black men, those 5 little girls shouldn't have to stand up for us. We should have stood up for them.
Absolutely.
You see how we had it
Absolutely.
backwards?
Absolutely. We're gonna go ahead and clap it up for that.
That's why I say that stuff hurt my feelings. Still to this day, look at those little girl eyes. We failed them. We failed them. That's why I say now we fail you all. I am 61 years old. Now you 37. 27, going to your 30s. Now look at your children. They are really suffering. You get it? Now when they act the way it is, and only thing that we are doing to help them is we're coming up with more crime plans.
Well, see, my thing is the culture that we create. You know, a lot of stuff, just like Bree was saying, that we cannot blame on white people and stuff like that. White people only do what we allow to do to ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Because they white, we Black. So we can nip that in the bud and say that a lot of things that goes on in our community goes on because we allow it as Black people. Like you said, for the light skin versus dark skin, the dreads versus the shortcut. You know, the tall versus the short, the light skin versus the dark skin, whatever you want to put it. We divided it the rich versus the poor. You know what I'm saying?
But they did that to us, and we just carried it on.
Exactly, and that became an image. And see,
house nigga versus the field nigga. That's the truth. See, these are true facts.
So let's go ahead and get into it, man. This gonna be some of the realest conversation that I promise you ever heard.
Hey,
I promise you.
Today.
By the end of this segment, this gonna be some of the realest conversations you ever heard. And especially if you're a white person, come on with it. Come on. Today. If you white, we want you to sit down at the table right here and have this conversation.
We love you all, but we gonna have to get into it. We love you all, but we gonna get into it.
We love you the same. That's for sure. But this is the thing about Black people that even white people don't understand, and even we don't understand. A lot of what we do as Black people, it comes from a trauma standpoint. They don't understand that Black people are always operating out of a trauma standpoint. Now, let me give you an example. I forgot the word, what you call it, but you know when you get on the phone and you're talking business and you can't talk in your regular voice, or I would say native for lack of better words. You can't talk in your native voice. You know what I'm saying? Your home voice. You got to switch it off. It's called code switching. That's what it is. I just remember. It's called code switching. So that is actually a trauma response. So Black people are always operating from a trauma response. When we get pulled over by the police, we know like, oh, you know what I'm saying? That's what we supposed to do. We know that certain demographic of folk can get away with other things that we cannot, but for us, we know how to move. We know how to handle the situation. Always operating from a trauma standpoint. You know what I'm saying? We know that there are certain laws that are strategically put in place that are against people of color. For instance, like the crack laws and all that stuff, and how you get more time for selling crack than you do for cocaine. But it take cocaine to make crack. But the reason why that is because it's more likely that Black people are selling crack and all this stuff, so they make it a tougher offense for you to be in possession of crack than in actual possession of cocaine.
Right.
So these are strategic things that are put in place and that have been put in place. So I mean, like, if people don't think racism exists, then my question is, like, when did it stop? Tell me when did it stop?
It never stops. You
Okay,
know
then
that.
we have the conversation that needs to be had.
This is the real part because you have to realize everyone does wrong. It's just that they make sure that it helps them out separate than it helps us. But one more time, it's our fault because the things that was done to us repeatedly, we allowed it. After it started happening enough, we stopped fighting against it. We I guess the fight. I don't. I'm still trying to figure this out because as I grew up, because when we were younger, we fought against everything we did to keep the morale and to keep the black power going.
Right,
But as
right.
time went on, I don't know. The fight flipped around. It did. Something had to have been tragic. A police had to shoot and really disrespect us to the fullest. But at the same time, we disrespect each other. Do you
Right.
kind of see what I mean?
And we do, and we constantly disrespect each other. It's just that the conditions that we're in, it breeds that kind of culture. It breeds that kind. Listen to our music, listen to our entertainers, look at them and see what they glorify and see what they
But
flaunt. And I had a conversation. Well, we seen the comment with one of the people on the on one of the shorts that we posted, and they're talking about how this culture of black people is predicated off of material gain. You know what I'm saying? It's like the more that you gain, the more value you become as a person, and that's just not true. You know, your value is not determined based off of any of that, your any of your material gain.
that's what we boost society on. We did it. Uh-oh. What happened? What happened? What happened? Are we still up, y'all?
I think.
We
Hey,
having
can y'all hear us?
we
Can y'all
having
hear us? If you can
technical
hear us, if you can see us,
difficulties.
put a
We
one in the
having
chat. If you can hear
technical.
us and you can see us, put a one in the chat.
Uh-oh,
There
uh-oh.
might be
What's
some
going
technical
on?
difficulties going on because you know how I get when the conversation gets spicy.
About us. It's
You
always the case. So we're gonna
you know
stand
how I
out
get
if
when the
they mess with our
conversation.
channels now.
You know how I get. If you can hear us, you can see us. Do me a favor, put the one in the chat right now. We just need to know. We need to know because there's
We
some
need to
things
know. If
going on.
not, right, because we're gonna finish this show.
We need to know. We need to know. Put a one. So Maria put a one. She said she can hear us. She can see us.
All right,
So
good. Let's
that's
go.
good. Let's keep it rolling. We appreciate you, Maria. She put that one in the chat. That's all we need to know.
All
If you
right.
can't hear us, you can't see us, put a number two. Let's go to Josetta Williams. They said we absolutely need to look at it for what it really is. We are we are conditioned over we were conditioned, excuse me, over 500 years. We need to stop blaming each other and truly deal with it on a real level. And we're gonna go
Be
ahead and
more for real now.
I mean, that's just be more for real. That's just be more for real.
We're gonna
That's just
have
be more
to.
for real. We got comments all over the shit.
We're gonna have to.
Bree for real said, "Yeah, we here. Yes, we here." And Josetta said, "Yes, we here. Appreciate it." Eric, the Zen Master said, "Code switching." Yes, that's what it's called. And we appreciate you guys. We appreciate all the comments. Of course, we definitely appreciate you guys. But that is a major thing. Now, before we go deep into the conversation, Uncle Wayne, let's go ahead and get something that we had to get out of the
Let's
way.
get these comments.
Uh, we got the comments, but look, we got an event coming up that we have to let you guys know. The special guest, Bunky, gonna be in the building strutting for you guys, man.
Yes.
Giving back to the youth. Saturday, April 27th, 2024. From the hours of 4 p.m. to 7 p.m., they're gonna be on Belvedere Road. Y'all see it, man. Face painting, music, dance, contest, and much more. Much more.
Let me tell you, this is women empowering women. They work hard. They give out clothes, help the homeless. They really do work hard to help out. This time they helping out the youth.
Absolutely.
And they do a lot up there. They're nonprofit. They get very little love from the state and the city. They really do. But they do hard and raise funds. So this Saturday, bring the kids up, bring your love up, and come out and have some fun.
Come out and have some fun, man.
You
Keep
know,
it, man. We're gonna go ahead and clap it up for women empowering women, man. Come on, man. Y'all know what's
Those are
up.
the ones. That's what I'm saying. I love the ones that work so hard and have so little. You understand? But see, a lot of times, just like you said, people expect to get them loves here, but you're gonna hear "well done" when it's all said and done. You
You going
understand?
that's what you're going
I
to hear.
ask people now: do you want to be rich, or do you want to live forever? You know, this is the thing people need to understand. You understand when you hear those words "well done," because you know you're gonna live forever beyond this. I don't care for all those riches here because I'm getting older. I told you I woke up now. I'm 61. So look, the clock is ticking.
Look, let us know if you can hear us and see us on the chat, man. We having a
Yeah,
little bit
we
of
having a
technical
little
difficulty. If you can
difficulties
still
here.
hear us and see us, just put the number one. Keep dropping the number one in the chat. Keep dropping the number
You know,
one
say you
in the
get
chat.
busy when you're deep.
But the women empowering women, man, that's so powerful. You know what I'm saying? For what they do, and we've been firsthand witnessing
You see,
the impact that they have had on the
we up there.
community.
You know,
And
it's part of that. You
they
see
say
how
one, they
hard
can
they
still
work.
hear us, they can still see us. Uh,
Thank
uh,
you, thank you, thank you.
and brief for real. And brief for real, Maria said, well said. We're gonna go ahead and tap into that comment real quick. She said black people need to dive into therapy and life coaching. It is needed, especially black men. So we're gonna go ahead and clap that up.
Well, before you start, I have to comment on that when it comes to therapy. See,
Let's go. Let's talk
right.
about it.
Let's talk about this therapy because I have a problem that everybody think that now you could go sit on somebody's couch because somebody has this white man theory. They've been to college and now they can also tell you about it is when you really need to go to those senior citizens home with those elderly people that we have and talk to them. See, experience is your best teacher. You can
Mm,
go to college with all those theories, the people you want, they don't really helping you out. You just really actually going talking to somebody. That's really what it is. But our
mm.
best experience is our elderly that
Okay.
people have tossed aside in them senior citizens home. Go talk to some of them. That's the best therapy you could get in the world.
And we're gonna go ahead and shout it out
Yes,
for our
sir.
senior
True
citizens and
facts.
everything.
True facts. Oh, history.
That, that that's some real talk. That is some real talk. And I mean, while we're talking about it and we keep hinting at it, we're gonna go ahead and just go right into the topic of the night, man. The topic of the night. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure y'all all came to see and y'all all came to hear because it's a lot to say about this type
Gotcha.
subject. So we're gonna go ahead and get into it. Are black men afraid to lead? What say you, Uncle Wayne?
This is the topic I want to know. Like I told you, I'm running for mayor of Baltimore City. I'm all in the streets and these forums and all running around. And I have to ask that question myself. So I'm going to ask you. You at the age group that really supposed to be making the difference. Remember, I'm Uncle Wayne. I supposed to be in retirement.
Okay.
You understand? So I'm fighting to get to the door to get you all in so you all can make the changes. Do you understand? I will love the day that September, the first day of school, open the door and all the men are with the children the first day of school.
Right, right, right.
Can you imagine what that would look like? You understand? So when the curriculum and how they're teaching them will make a whole world of a difference when all the fathers are with the children.
Okay, so before you ask me the question, let's just take a step back. Are black men afraid to lead?
I just gave you an example.
Are they? I mean, yes or no?
I'm just gave you an example. I'm asking you. I'm asking you.
I'm gonna say no, but I can answer
I
just
just
with one word. No, that's a direct question. I'm gonna say no,
all right.
but I'm
Well,
asking you.
September the first day of school. Do you go up there with your children?
I have.
Do
I
you
absolutely have. My children have lived with me and went to school with me, but the dichotomy between me and my children's mother is another story. Personally speaking. But yeah, if you're asking me, have I been up there? Yeah, I've been in PTA, parent teacher meetings. I talk to parents, I talk to teachers and stuff like that. Yes, I'm involved. You know
do
what I'm
you go to
saying?
the doctors
I
with
go to
them?
the doctors,
The
all of that. I
dentist?
went to the I mean, day one when they come out the hospital, been there, been in the hospital, been involved. You know what I'm
See,
saying? As
these
a father.
the reason why
But
I'm asking, not
but
to
see,
try to
my
put you on
experience
spot.
does not negate the totality of the question on what you're saying. You're asking, are black men afraid to lead? And I'm saying no. I'm asking
Now let me tell you
what
why.
do you think?
Because in order for you all to lead, those things are very necessary. That's why. Because when I say that those things are necessary, see, the mother automatically do those things. And I have to tell for the black men, those things have to be done in order to be a leader. You have to understand you are the most important in the family dynamics. So those things have to be done. So you have to know what's being taught to your child. What is the doctor doing? What medicine? What is everything that's going on? You have to be the leader of the pack instead of just the argument. You understand? I've realized this. Your argument doesn't have power to it if you're not the leader of the family dynamics. So I'm asking if black men not afraid to lead, then you all have to lead.
And I would agree with that. Number one, I'm going to go ahead and agree with that. But what I am going to disagree with is that in order to lead somebody, they would have to be inclined to follow. You cannot lead someone that don't want to follow. You can do what you want to do. You can say whatever you want to say. This what should happen. This how I'm carrying myself. This how I'm moving because I'm still moving this way. But if a person don't want to follow you and listen and stick with the program that you on and be on the same page as you, there is that's not up to you. See, there's an old wise quote that said you can lead a horse to the water, but you can't make them drink. You understand what I'm saying? And that's the same thing. Black men have always been leading to the water. Look at what happened with Martin Luther King. Look at what happened with Malcolm X. Look what happened to our great ones in this day and age. And I know a lot of the women ain't gonna want to hear what I got to say, but even Mr. Samuels, how do rappers like the Baby and all of them, I'm not saying they bad or anything, but how do these people get more credit for degrading women and the same man that try to bring families together, the same thing you talked about, the fathers need to be in the home, going to school, the same man that preached that, you celebrate his death. So now you looking at the state of a black man and what he got to deal with. Not only do he got to deal with the world and battle the world, but when he come home, he got to battle his own household. Where is our safe haven? We can't. A lot of the things that we go through as black men, we can't tell a therapist. You want to know why? You self-incriminate. I don't care what their laws is, the HIPAA law, what about your injuries. I don't care what the hell it is. These people work together. They paid by the government. And see, this is something that, I'm not into politics, but I do understand the law. A lot of this stuff is quasi-judicial. A lot of this stuff is bipartisan. That's why they say they don't want to vote. It don't matter if it's Republican or Democrat, because these are two wings on the same bird. So when you look at the dichotomy between the black man and the white man, or the black woman and the white woman, the difference is that the black man got to battle all of them. Because even black women stick together with each other. When they got nail business, when they got all this stuff, even they stick together with each other. It's black men that say, oh, you a blood, you a crip, you light skinned, you dark skinned, you broke, I'm rich. It's only the black men that have this mentality that bring us down. And look, I'm not wishing death on anybody. I just hope that mindset and that whole generation of thoughts die out real soon, because that's what's stopping people from leading. I can do whatever I want to do, and I can say whatever I want to say. If I say this is how I know how to cross this lane, I'm going to cross this bridge this way. If I say I know how to get to the other side and I'm crossing this bridge this way, and you say, no, I don't want to listen to you, I'm not going to follow you, you're not going to cross the bridge. But I already made it over to the other side. So I feel like Harriet Tubman at this point. The reason why you a slave and you ain't been free and you ain't walked through that Underground Railroad is because your ass ain't know you was a slave. You were so comfortable over there on the slave side when they keep on hyping you up just to be back where you at. So that is what I think is the problem.
All right. That was deep. I love it. Give yourself an applause.
I give myself a hand of applause.
I
but
love the
look,
feeling and the applause. But who's your rock? Who do you go to? Right. Who do you go to when things are not working out? Maybe that's the disconnect. Who is your rock? Who do you go to when things are not working out? Because
That's
you
a
have
fabulous
to
question.
lead. That's the point.
That's a fabulous question.
So when things now, who is your rock? Who do you go to? Like I said, going to a therapist is maybe not the answer. Do you understand who's your rock?
Well, I wouldn't say therapy is not the answer. What I will say is that we gotta be more.
Maybe
We
not
gotta be. We
always
gotta
the
be more
answer.
specific. I mean, how much? If you're a black man and you got a white female therapist, how much is that going to help you? Literally, I mean, she probably don't know none of your circumstances, and she's not even a man. She's so far distant from what you will be going through that. I mean, I'm not saying that she can't offer you valuable advice, which they absolutely can. Um, People on the outside can look inside and know what's going on. I don't care what nobody tell you. Somebody that's looking on the outside, it don't matter if they a part of it. If they can see something and observe something, and they have an educated observation, is what I would say. If they have an educated observation, they can absolutely add input. It's the same concept as a person that doesn't have a child, and they say, well, you can't tell a person that has a parent anything about children. You forget that there are teachers that raise children, hundreds of children, deal with children every day that don't even have children for themselves. And really, they probably better of a parent than somebody that got 10 kids on their own. You understand what I'm saying? Because they deal with hundreds of kids. So that whole concept, that whole dichotomy, I don't deal with word salad. Stuff sound good, but when you start to apply stuff to real life, it's bull crap. It's bullshit. Excuse my language. It's bull crap. It's bullshit. It only sound good, but when it's time to apply it to real life, it don't work. So that's what I was saying about therapy and all this stuff. Maybe if you do have a therapist, it would be wise to have a therapist that comes from the same background as you and that looks the same color as you. So that way it'd be more relatable and stuff that they say to help you will hold more weight. And the problem is, as well, is that a lot of black males are not therapists. A lot of black males are not teachers. Less than 2% of teachers are black males. Do you understand how black males are missing from the society? Most of us fill the penitentiaries up and they fill the graveyards up. We're not filling out the households. We're not filling out the doctors. We're not filling out the lawyers because we need lawyers that look like us. We need doctors that look like us in order to understand what we go through.
Everything.
That's the disparity. When we got this misrepresentation and we're underrepresented as a race. No, excuse me, not as a race, but as a gender, as a specific gender, black male gender, because you got white male doctors, you got white male lawyers, you got white male, all of them. But where are the black male teachers? Where are the black male doctors? Where are the black male therapists? There are none. So it's literally nowhere for us to turn. Most of us don't have those resources. A lot of us are not put in those places, and that's the problem. That's the problem. If we talk about separate but equal, how are we equal on any plane that you talk about? How are we equal in finances? How are we equal in home ownership? How are we equal in job opportunities? How are we equal in job ownership? How are we equal in anything? Therapy, teachers, doctors, nurses. We got health problems too. We got education problems too. But why don't we have our own people that try to facilitate that? That's because there's a greater plan, there's a great agenda that's set out to defeat us. And we got to conquer it ourselves.
She still said it. You, and I love that applause. Guard yourself again. One more time.
We're going to go ahead and applaud it. We're going to go ahead and applaud for that.
We. You just said it. We. You said it over and over. We. But there's no way we're going to get through this if we don't get through this. And we need some foundation that we have to do it. So when we find out, are we afraid to lead? Maybe that's the reason why. We don't have anyone that we can talk to. We don't have a support system that makes it easier for us. Just like you said, a lot of therapists are other than us. And we don't have the people to depend on. We don't have a support system.
I would do you one better. I would rephrase the question. Are black men afraid to lead? No. But are a lot of black men capable of leading? No. It's still no. The reason why a lot of black men are not capable of leading because they're, number one, they're not educated enough. Number two, they're not sane enough in their mind.
What do you mean educated enough?
They're not educated enough. And education don't mean the school system. I'm just talking about being able to use your wits. Being smart has nothing to do with education. If you look at the definition of smart, it means quick with it. It means that you're light on you're able to you can just respond just like that. You understand what I'm saying? Look up the definition of smart and tell me am I wrong
I
for what I'm
know.
saying, because I've been
That's
studying this stuff for a
that's the
long
same
time.
thing.
So
You're
I'm just
right.
saying we are impulsive a lot of times. That's another word to look up too. Being impulsive, we are impulsive a lot of times as black men. We're going to jump on the first train smoking, and that's only because we have been held into the same system. We're not used to being on top. We have never been on top. So when you got a people that's not used to leading anything, then the
Oh, we were
likelihood
on
of
top.
you
We were,
leading
but
anything
we were on
is
top.
very small and very slim.
We were
And for
just
that matter, if black men are
we
not,
were just disobedient.
and for that matter, if black men are not able to lead, then
But
black women for sure are not.
but listen,
That's my take.
but I understand. But you got to understand, we were on top. We were disobedient. Go
When,
to the Bible.
when was we on top?
We were on top at the beginning.
Oh, okay.
If
That was a
we
long time
always
ago.
bragging, but see, we always bragging that black men was first. We got to take that accountability. We were on top. We were disobedient. We were disobedient.
See, the problem
And
is not
guess
about
what?
being on top, though.
But we're still disobedient.
The problem is not about being on top. See, we have to lead by example. It's hard for people to
Just
tell.
said it one more time.
We have to lead by example.
That's
Oh,
it,
we
one
got to
more
go through these. We got to go through these comments too as well. All right. Hold on. We got a lot of
But
comments.
remember,
We're sorry about you guys.
lead by
Example.
Yep.
So Josetta Williams said, I agree, Wayne. And then Maria said, I'll have to agree and disagree with you, Uncle Wayne. And then
bring it on.
Josetta said, I don't think our men are afraid to lead. I think that they face a lot of opposition. But I believe they lead every day. It's not just, excuse me, it's just not highlighted like it is when women do it. And Josetta said, right now, you speaking facts, young bro. And then L Lily, this is our first time seeing you here. We hope that you continue keeping on with our live. We appreciate all of our viewers and comments. She said, "Go nephew." This was very deep, and you are right about our black men. That's my aunt. I know who that is. And she said, Josetta Williams said, "I truly don't believe she can, because her educational experience isn't based on us. That's the problem we having now. And why, excuse me, she said, and why are our children running rampant? That's a great question. Josetta Williams again. She said Bannon should be able to talk. Biden, I believe Biden should be able to talk about other black men, and I agree with that. She said, "I hate this damn phone." We see you typing, man. We're gonna keep up with you guys, man. She said, "Black men should be able to talk to black men, and the setup is not for that. The setup is not for that. And to feed into what you were saying though, we don't have an excuse as black men. And I understand where you was coming from when you said we don't have an excuse as black men. So the excuses that we try to give each other is because he blood, he crip, he come from the east side, I'm from the west side, he come from the north side, I'm from the south side. You know what I'm saying? We find any way to divide each other. And instead, and the first thing, this is what I would say is a major problem with black men. We look at each other as enemies, but before we look at each other as companions and constituents.
Absolutely.
And that's a major part of the problem. And that was basically forced on us. There was an experiment called the Rat King. And what happened with the Rat King experiment, if you could look it up, whatever with the rat people, they had rats, right? And then they put these rats into a certain enclosure. And then they were given, they had two separate enclosures. One where the rats could eat freely. They had abundance of food, and then they had another enclosure where they had rats that had a scarcity of food. And so the rats that had a scarcity of food, they start to kill each other off until there was only one left in there so he can eat, because they all fighting for the same resource. But the rats that was in the enclosure where there was abundance of food and they could eat freely, none of them never thought twice about killing each other. So that's something that we have to look at. And it's a real live experiment. That's something that we have to look at. See, we came in this country with nothing, and we still have nothing as a black people. We're still less than 2% of black business. So until we get it together and we put our foot on the government neck, we put our foot on the racist white people neck and let them know that we are not having this disparity in numbers and statistics. Once we let them know that, it's a threat to them. Because like I said on a previous show, black people, they say that the black dollar lasts in the black community 6 hours before it leaves, which means you get paid and then you pay your bills and it's going to all these other things. But the white people, the dollar circulate in their house for 20 days. The Asian people last the highest for like 30 something days. You know what I'm saying? The same dollar. They say, oh, you got this business, that business. It's circulating between all of them before it leaves that community. But for us, it only lasts 6 hours. Pay attention. Don't think that what I'm saying is true. Don't even take my words for it. Look it up. Prove to me that I'm wrong. But I will tell you of a certainty that these are the statistics of the black financial plans. The same people that picked cotton made a cotton gin press. The same people that came up with peanut butter and hair botanicals. These same folk are the least of the bottom pole in America. These same folks that put the railroads together and built the train tracks, that built the agriculture, these same people don't own not a speck of nothing. They promised us 40 acres and a mule, and they said, excuse my language, fuck you too. We ain't giving you shit. We not. So, I mean, that is the ultra major thing that we need to look at as a people and say, look, okay, we're not going to stand for this anymore. We can stand up for ourselves. Now we don't need government assistance. We don't need you to dictate how our family's going on. We don't need you to dictate anything that's going on in our culture. Matter of fact, we don't even need you to produce our music, our movies. We control all that. From top to bottom, from east to west, from north to south, from head to toe. We control all of that for our people. And until we do that, we will never be able to say Black Lives Matter, because who it matter to? It don't matter to us. White lives matter to white people. Police lives matter to police people. When these gang lives matter to these gang people, we get the concept, but it's just that we don't apply it to our own ethnicity. They got separation of religion. Not all white people Christian. Not all Middle Eastern people Muslim. Not all African people are tribalists.
Well, I sure hope you hold on to that concept, because I'm getting ready to blow your mind with something. So that fight that you have, hold that fight. So you're absolutely correct. We need our own. Well, we don't have to fight and say this is our, that is not. We just need to do our own thing. We don't have to go with no this and that. Just like we started out. We just need to do our own thing. Take care of our own. That's it. Step by step. When we started out, a black man afraid to lead. It's time to give some positions and see, are we afraid to lead? Because right now it's the time to see. Baltimore City is about to have some elections that's going to make some serious differences, some serious ones. Are we going to have crime plans to punish our future? Or are we going to set up something for a future? You just said it, that we don't have a support system. You just said it. You see the passion you have, no support system. So imagine the young ones feeling that way. They can't stand up like you just did, because if they stand up that way, they got all kind of people on them, right? So
Right.
we're going to give them a chance for that. The same thing you just said, we're going to do.
Right. And we are gonna give people a platform for that. And we can go ahead and clap it up for
That's
Uncle
it.
Wayne.
I like that.
We're gonna clap it up for Uncle
I
Wayne,
like
man.
that
For real.
passion too. Clap it up. So we're going to give them that same opportunity that you just had that passion of doing. We're going to give it, allow it to happen.
We're gonna give people the same opportunity. You know, we had quite a few celebrities on this channel, so far. But we're gonna bring you what we would consider average everyday people that people don't know about. There are extraordinary people within our own communities that we choose not to recognize, because we want to recognize Beyonce and Jay-Z and J. Cole and all of them. Yes, they're great. Yes, they represent us, and they do their thing. You know what I'm saying? More power to them. But look, what we're gonna start doing is being more for real about everything around us. We're gonna bring in the people that you don't even know about to be here, to sit here and tell you their story, because each and every single one of y'all stories count, and it matters. And like I said, we're not looking for no yes man. We're not looking for people that just agree with us because of what we say. We want to have a real conversation. It starts with the conversation. So you remember, we got to be more for real. We got Uncle Wayne running for mayor of Baltimore City. It's not a game. It's not a joke. We're really trying to change times and laws that were set against us from way back when, from yesteryear. So it is very crucial and it's vital that you guys continue to keep it locked with us, because we got you covered on the realest conversations on the net. on the internet, anywhere on the internet for real. And another thing, if you white and you have something that you disagree on, we would want you to comment more importantly than anybody else because we want to hear the opposition opinion without the opposition feeling threatened about retaliation. You understand what I'm saying? We want you to feel comfortable. We want you to feel comfortable when you respond, even if it's something that we don't like. We're not going to attack your job. We're not going to attack your character. We're going to deal with what you think because a lot of times it's what we think as people, not just white, black, or yellow, whatever, brown, blue. It's just what we're thinking in our mind at the moment, and that's part of the conditioning that we've been conditioned to. And remember, this program is made to deprogram you to the programming that you've been programmed to.
Damn.
BMore4Real, man.
Listen,
realest conversations.
We had to let you all know we grew up with desegregation, and we had to understand this was our big problem. When we went around white people and other people, we had to change. You understand? But when white folks came around us, they didn't have to change. You see, that was the problem. So they never really got to know us. Do you see?
Exactly.
We got to know who you all were because it was there, where we had to feed your family and all that stuff.
Exactly.
We had to change. We had to change how we walk, we talk, we act, and everything. So y'all never truly got to know us. But those days are over with. It is time for us to be ourselves, you know what I mean? And we all pull together and get this done.
Absolutely. We're going to go ahead and clap it up.
No more being phony.
We still got some comments, man. We appreciate you guys commenting.
Absolutely.
Make sure y'all spam the comments. If you're not subscribed already, drop that subscribe button. It helps us to continue to create content, continue to create this content
and keep
for
us
you
real,
guys, man.
We got to keep us real. Be more for real.
Young boy CDA said black men should be able to talk to black men, and young black brother show them how to be a leader, not a follower. He said black men should be able to talk to black men, and young black brother show them how to be a leader and not a follower. And he said he's already subscribed. We know you already subscribed. We've been saying you, man. You've been commenting. We appreciate your like, share. This one of the very few times you join the stream, but we can see people when they actually subscribe. If you're subscribed, your subscriptions are public. We can actually see them. That's one thing that we are grateful that the YouTube community provides us with. And so, young boy, CDH, we appreciate you, man. We already know you keeping a lock with us. We keeping a lock with you as well. We grow together. But before we get out of here, we got the mayor thing going on. You're running for mayor. Excuse me. And there was a big debate as well on the dirt bikes. And I know that a lot of you guys already seen the shorts and the plans that you have for the dirt biking community and, the trade schools. Do you want me to show the video to give them a bit of context? Let's go ahead and show them the video, give them a context. Let's go ahead and do it. It's very important.
Pay attention,
because
y'all.
We talk about this long before it happened. We be hoping, and I know that's not proper English, so look, we be hoping that
y'all
you guys
understand what we talking about.
We be hoping that you guys pay attention and you can piece together the puzzle.
You all gotta pay attention.
We about to connect the dots for you just in case. Let's go.
Pay attention.
This video, posted to Instagram, shows dirt bike riders being chased by Baltimore police.
Yeah, I got attacked about 50 dirt bikes on East Pasco going up 10th. They got 3 solo cars with them.
Baltimore police flooded with calls about disrupted dirt bikes.
The city, I think they should come up with a plan to put some type of dirt bike park in place.
The city coming up with a different plan. The state's attorney's office and Baltimore police targeting those who contribute to riders, finding gas stations hundreds of dollars if they provide gas to a dirt bike. But the buzz on social media from residents is that the plan is not a very good one. This Facebook user writing, penalizing the business instead of the individuals themselves. Typical government agency passing the responsibility. Even dirt bike riders weighing in. This poster saying, we're still going to ride. The police chasing us didn't stop us. So you think fines will? Yeah, okay.
And that's it, man. Look. it's a lot to take in there, but you already had the program where, and you showed in the school and the training facilities and the training programs that you want to be had. What do you have to say
But
about that whole
it's
entire
another
video?
prime example of what I'm talking about. How they have nothing but crime plans. These are our politicians. But as Uncle Wayne, those dirt bikes, we're going to make a legal competition sport. That's what dirt bikes should have been, a legal sport, where all the
Right.
other cities and states come into the city and it's a legal sport. 12 o'clock every Sunday, the trade school downtown, you're going to see our little commercial we're going to put together, where the trade school downtown, where it has dirt bike and motorcycle training. 12 o'clock every day, they leave from there, go all the way up to our new facility, it's Pimlico Racetrack. That should be a facility where we have competition, dirt bike competition, where all the cities and states come here, and then we start sponsoring. Remember, I told you, hold what you were saying, where we can start being in control over something, because every sport we have out there, we're never in control over it. No matter how much we play, it's always them over top of it. This time we could do the dirt bike and motorcycle training where we can sponsor it ourselves, do the training, make it a sport where we control it for a change, and make Baltimore known for dirt bike competition. Get at the beginning for a change. That's why I'm running for mayor, because we can do it. And you ready for this? Do you know when they train themselves on them dirt bikes, they train themselves. They train themselves on bikes and dirt
Self-taught.
bikes.
They sure did.
Do you understand the training? So instead of us utilizing our youth and them all the way up to the training that they did, they're going to use the police to try to break them down again, using all of our skills and talents down to nothing. But me as major as mayor are going to change that. We're going to turn into competition. That's what
Absolutely, man. Let's go ahead and clap it
dirt bike
up.
into a major change. See,
That's mean. You know what?
in our way,
And while you're
not
talking
their
about
way.
it, we had another mayor candidate comment on this same stream, Mr. Wendell Friedman. We appreciate you, man.
Never.
Because of Uncle Wayne, we did have a 3 almost 4 hour segment where we interview a lot of the mayor candidates, and Wendell Freeman was one of them greats. I'm telling you, he was one of them greats. And shout out Wendell Freeman. He's running for mayor as well. Shout out Uncle Wayne for putting and facilitating the whole entire thing. I mean, you know how we do. We be more for real. You know, we just gonna give you guys the raw. We gonna give you guys the truth. We appreciate you, Wendell, for even commenting on the stream. And then young boy CDA, she said, okay, trying to join the program. For real. I mean, for real. Look, this is what they're doing. We have talents and we have skills. They take it away from us. There are some things that need changes. Maybe that the dirt bike shouldn't be out there in the streets in the middle of the traffic, blocking traffic and doing what they're doing. But there's ways to go about that. We got a whole tournament, a whole facility full of dirt bikes and all stuff, and somewhere for them to go, they wouldn't be on the streets. That's the reason why they on the streets. Have we thought about that? Oh no, we just thought they're a bunch of hoodlums and a bunch of criminals, and a lot of them aren't even criminals. That's crazy.
It's skills and talents.
That's crazy.
That's what it is.
It seems
Skills
like
and talent.
it seems like everything that black men do, we get beat down for. I'm trying to tell you, and I'm gonna tell you that black women, they even stick together on that. They do hair, they do nails, they do eyelashes, and eyebrows or whatever. You know what I'm saying? They support each other on that. But it's like I don't want to hear your mixtape if you rap. I don't want to hear the sound of your dirt bike if you ride. If you sing, I don't want to hear your music. It's just like, why are we beating our young men at that down? You know what I'm saying? That's a terrible thing to do. And let's be more for real about that. Pay more attention to the way that we treat our black men. Because a lot of times, all the time, the only thing that we hear is you ain't never gonna be ish. I don't want to hear your ish. Stop crying. Stop
No more of that.
complaining. You soft because you
more.
got an opinion, or you soft because you feel
More.
some type of way about something. Let's stop those stigmas and let's help our black men grow. And also, the election time coming up, make sure that you go ahead and vote. And is there anything you want to tell them
Hey,
about your
listen.
campaign, Uncle Wayne?
We are in this deep. In the inner city, you look at Fox 45 and all them, they're going another way. You got to come into the inner city, what you say, and make a difference. You all are very important. all day, every day. You are important.
You are.
You have to remember that. God has chosen you to do something and you better follow through. Stop listening to what everybody else say you are and go to God and know who you are. And you know who God is. Every time you in trouble, you call God's name. So stop playing and be who you are. Because listen, our children are dying and not knowing God. And it is in our streets of Baltimore, okay? Listen, I love you, but God loves you more.
Amen. Amen. We're gonna go ahead and clap that up. We're gonna go ahead and clap it up. Hey, if you are watching the stream as well, please just take a half a second to go ahead and hit that like button. If you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Also, we live each and every single Wednesday, rated R for reality. This is the realest conversation on the net. This is the realest conversation anywhere in the world. I mean, y'all could have been anywhere, but you chose to be with
And
us.
we appreciate it.
Since you chose to stick around and be around, hit that like button. You know, this is the realest conversations ever. Before we get up out of here, though, we have some comments. Josette Williams said, anyway, he said, anyway, to lock us up. That's a good idea. That's a good idea at Pimlico. And then young boy CD8 said, yes, sir. He says, skills for real. And then Josette Williams said, if they were white and talented as they are, it would already be a competition.
Already been.
Give them a place to show what they can do.
We gonna do it, y'all.
Talk. Real
we gonna
talk,
do it,
man.
y'all. We gonna do it.
Real talk, Josette Williams. Young boy said talented, man. They all talented. We all talented in our own ways. We all got a talent. And then Josette said, be more love, man. Be more for real, man. Keep it locked with us. We got you covered,
I like
man.
that too. You know what I'm
Be more love, man. It's all love for real. And
it.
if you see one, reach one. Tell them that, you know, we got the realest conversation. We the hottest podcast that's coming out of Baltimore, but we also the hottest podcast that's actually coming up on the world of YouTube. Help us get that way with your like, your share, and your subscription. Leave us 1,000 comments. If you got a comment, even if you disagree, let us know. We're going to go ahead.
Hey, listen.
We're going to go ahead and tap in with you.
It. Exactly.
We're going to go ahead and tap in with you. We're not here to agree with everything.
Right.
We're here to have a conversation.
We know you got your own opinion. We like that. We like leaders. That's what we do. We push you to be a leader. You got your own mind opinion, and that's what Uncle Wayne is trying to do. I'm trying to mold leaders. Stop being a follower all the time. That's the thing. We are so much following, and we all confused because we following so many people. We don't know if we coming or going. It is our time to rise. Remember, it's our time. And it's our turn.
It's our time. It's our turn. And we out of time right now. We appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all hit that like, share, subscribe. Hey, yo, go over to BMore4Real. They already had 1,000 subscribers. If you subscribe to them, man, go ahead and follow them and give $1,000. I am OMG Danny. You know, catch us next week, man. BMore4Real.
Be blessed.
Elvis.